Hi, thanks for checking out our channel here. This is going to be possibly a how-to repair video on a Stafix x6i. This is a 6 output joule unit that Stafix makes, or did make, or sell, or whatever. Speedrite 6000i is the same thing, and as of I think spring of 2020 or summer of 2020, Stafix as a brand is discontinued, and they're focusing strictly on the Speedrite brand only. But the good thing is Speedrite 6000i and Stafix x6i are same unit on the inside. It's a different sticker and different colored case. And so if you got a Stafix unit and it's having trouble or going bad or whatever, you can still get parts for it. They can still be fixed. So we might turn it into a Speedrite unit, but the internals and are all the same. But here's a little bit about us. We do work on all brands and ages of the electric fence boxes. All this websites and email address and all that stuff is down in the description area, but if you ever want to send us something to work on, we'll be happy to look at it for you. So we're going to plug this thing in real quick. It came with a little power adapter box for it, so I'm going to plug it in. How old is this unit? 2016. 2016 unit, so it's not that old. 5 years old. Let's plug this little power adapter in and see what it does. Get some stuff out of the way so I can plug it in. Well, it's a bit lower than what it should be. See that? The light's not going all the way to the top. It should be like 10 or 9.9 or 8 or something like that. So it's reading lower than what it should be. Oh, there we go. Oh, I didn't switch all the way over. See, now it's throwing a... Okay, hold on. Something's arcing inside, and it throws a code on there. So let's open this up, see what we got going on. Get rid of the spider webs. Alright, let's unplug that because you know that's good. And you pull out this little little dust cap right here. Alright, let's poke a hole in the center of it. Pop it out of there. And you need a Phillips bit. Pull the screws out. All of them are Phillips. Alright, then we'll pull the back cover off. Oh, come on. Oh, shoot. This is probably the front and back cover where they meet together. Just probably got some dirt and grime built up, so just need to kind of jostle it around a little bit, try to get that, set the brake loose. Okay, starting to come apart. Oop, heard something fall. Okay. Oh, lightning rod. Okay, let's put this off to the side. That belongs right there. We'll put that back in a second. Let's power this back on. This has to go on a certain way, because this is a 12-volt unit on the inside. So put this on backwards, you'll reverse the polarity and it won't work. Alright, switch is on full power. Sounds like something was arcing inside, so let's See if you see anything arc whenever we power it on here. Let me plug it in. I hear the capacitor trying to charge up. Like a little crackling sound coming from it. So it was getting energy, but it wouldn't click. So I'm having the capacitor have a huge charge built up on there. Discharge the capacitor. Because before it would halfway sort of work on half power, but it wouldn't work on full power. Let's plug it back in the front of it, see if we can watch it again. First angle. So let's see what's going on here. Well, really can't do a whole lot of work to the actual board. So this thing's got this gel epoxy stuff covering main board and the little logic board thing. This is your remote control stuff, and also powers up the display. But as you can see, it's pretty discolored here, especially up right there. A lot of hot spot, but like I said, it's all covered in this gel crap. And I know why they didn't see. Look at all this discoloration right there, hot spots everywhere. So it's probably got a problem with the main board. You know, the best thing to do would be to replace the whole main board in it, because these things are dual powered AC/DC units. And the reason why they put this, two reasons why I think they put this gel crap on the boards is, one, if they're using it outside for 12 volt, it protects it and kind of waterproofs the board. And the other thing is, it's probably just cheaper to manufacture like that. Plus, they'd have to. I'll show you what the new port looks like. I got a video out there from like 2 years ago that I did on how to fix one of these things, or maybe 6000 or x6, I don't remember what it was, and stuff. And I'll show you what a new board's supposed to look like. That's what it normally looks like, nice and green, no hot spots anywhere. You can see the units side by side, all the discoloration and stuff like that. And I see a brand new board's all caked up in this sticky gel stuff too. So that's the downside of it. It's, you know, if they could sell just the board only without having to buy all this other stuff, the price of the repairs and the parts would probably be a lot less money. But then, you know, manufacturing wise or inventory wise, you know, they don't do it that way. So we're going to pull the switch piece off. That's a separate deal. And then we need to pull off and discharge the capacitor again, just to make sure it's not storing a charge. Taking my big resistor here and just go across the capacitor. Just real quick before we get too carried away, let's test the primary side of the transformer, make sure it's good. 0.3 ohms, that's perfect. We'll test the capacitor too, I guess, just to make sure. I've never seen one of these go bad that quick. Usually they're a lot older. It's a 30 microfarad capacitor. So test the capacitor. If you got a multimeter, it can test them. Mine is a Fluke 115, but if you look down here, that little yellow symbol right there above my finger, that's a symbol for a capacitor. It's not ohms, not continuity, not a diode. It's a capacitor, so it's capacitance, not resistance. And this is a 30 microfarad capacitor, so we'll test it and see if it reads 30 or pretty close. There's no polarity to it. 29.8, can't get much better than that. The capacitor is good. Alright, so let's unplug transformer. Unplug all the wires off the output terminals. And also off this main board, or this little logic board they call it. That's what I call it. Transfer looks okay. They don't go bad that often. Pretty good transformers. Alright, now we need to pull this display board off. You gotta be kind of careful with it. And then we need to take the screws out. This is a separate part from the whole thing, so just be a little careful. These boards are kind of static sensitive, so you gotta be. I don't have a static strap on my arm or anything, but as long as you don't manhandle it too much, I never had a problem with it. But imagine you could, because pretty delicate circuit chip things on there. So all this stuff is separate from it. This is actually a separate piece from this. This rubbery thing right here is a separate piece from the LCD. So set it down here. Now we got to take the knobs off. Because we got to pull these bolts out, switch them over to the new front case and board assembly, which is now a SpeedRite 6000i. And then we're going to pull it from the outside, the back side, and pull it out. Just wiggle and pull. And then we'll set that to the side. We'll grab the new one, which is now a 6000i. And then we're going to put these in first. I do have a orientation that they need to go in, because you got these little tab things on the side where your wires plug on from your transformer, so they got to go in a certain way. Sometimes they get a little bound up, get stuck, so I take a flat screwdriver from the front side, just kind of wiggle and pull it into place. There we go. And also put the knobs on there, and that will help keep them in place, because it can't pull back through with the knob on there. Make sure the O-ring stays in its correct spot. Come on. Get in there. There it goes. Alright, now I'll go ahead and put the LCD back in there. So this piece goes in first. We'll drop it down that little slot there. And this goes in next. tighten up. Let me go grab a different screwdriver real quick. Actually, here, I just need a smaller tip screwdriver because I don't want to round up the screws. I'm actually going to slow the speed down a little bit too. Plug that in. And with the transformer, sits in like this. This is earth return. This is a half power. This goes over here for a fence. This goes to full power. Tighten it up a little bit. Too much. And this plugs on right here, which goes to our ground for our for the remote control to talk to the unit, as well as give readings to the display board. And then we'll take the transformer and plug it on to its two little tabs. Take the capacitor, plug it into its two little tabs. Loose. Come on. God, get on there. There's one. 2. Alright, so now put the switch piece on there first. And the lightning rod, put that in the little notch here. Alright, take the cord and we're just going to plug it on there real quick. Flip it over to the front. That's all on full power. We'll take the little thing here, we'll plug it in. There it goes. Now it's working like it's supposed to. So something was fouled up somewhere on that board. See, the green lights would go all the way up. I was sitting at 10,000 volts, so yeah, that's working fine now. Turn it off, unplug it or whatever. Back over. So that's all in place. Now we'll put the cover back on. Get the bigger tip screwdriver thing, buzz them screws in. All the screws are the same size. I usually do like a cross pattern on it. Plug that in. Plug in one more time, make sure it comes on. And now I just test it, make sure it's fine. Spot on. It says 9.6 and this is about 10. So this one's done. So we're gonna call the customer up and give them the quote. I'm sure they'll fix it. Most people do. These things are several $100s to buy new. So we'll call them up, give them a quote. I'm sure they'll say yes. So hopefully you like this kind of stuff. You want to send one in to us for us to repair. You want to try to do it yourself. Just be careful. We do sell parts. If we got them in stock, we'll sell you the part to do it yourself if you want. We do put 18-month warranties on all the repairs that we do. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, maybe I'll make it look easy, but you gotta be careful working on this stuff. I mean, it's common sense. If you said, to heck with it, send it here, let me do it for you. I mean, they're not a cheap fix. Those parts aren't cheap. I don't remember. I got to look it up, see what it costs. But to buy a brand new one's a lot more money than fixing this one. So don't expect to walk away for a $100 bill, and tell you that much. All right. Well, until next time, we'll see you guys later on. And hopefully you like this video. Tell your friends about us and subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up, and we'll see you later.